Good day, my plant foldie. This is Richie at Growfold, and today I'm on my way to another local plant nursery out in the heart of Dallas, Texas. It's a beautiful Dallas morning, and this is going to be going toward the Ruibals plant nursery. It's an actually well-known nursery out in the Dallas market. There's several locations of Ruibals, but today I will be going to the Farmers Branch one, which is pretty much the flagship nursery of Ruibals. I love going to Ruibals, and just look at how beautiful the weather is today. It is a beautiful Saturday morning in Dallas, Texas. So I went ahead and drove down south to go check out Ruibals. I love going to Ruibals just because they have such a wide variety of plants, and the inside also has some very stylistic presentation of the plants and planters, and it's just really inspiring to be able to see that. So we're going to just check out what kind of plants they have today. It's starting to be the middle of February, so more plants are becoming more available. We did get a cold front today, but hopefully this cold front goes away so we can get some more plants in. And yeah, we're gonna go check out what we have at Ruibals. And you can see as we walk in, there are a bunch of terracotta planters. I love terracotta pots, they're awesome. And look at this, a green oasis in the heart of Dallas. I love all the hanging baskets. I love all the greenery. I love how they have all of the plants segmented in different sections. So we are going to take our time and just take a look at these plants. Enjoy the greenery, my plant foldies. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name is Richie, and I do daily plant videos for shopping and just showing you guys different types of plants daily. I do premieres in the evening, so hopefully you can join our live chat. And hello to all of my Canadian plant foldies. I know you guys have been very diligent about jumping in and participating in the live chats. But as you guys can see, Ruibals has some amazing plants. Look at this beautiful Monstera constellation, how massive the leaves are. I actually have a Monstera constellation that is about that large. It's been growing with me for about 4 years. And I just love seeing all the green plants. This place is very much well known. A lot of people do shop here, and you can see why, because they've got some beautiful and healthy looking spathiphyllum or peace lilies right over here. These are in 6-inch planters for, I believe, $19.99, so that is not a bad price at all. Now with peace lilies, guys, just remember they are very much low light tolerant, so you can even grow that in a bathroom and it will still grow. It will actually not decline in health. It will just slow down its growth, but that's one plant that can really tolerate low light conditions. It does require a lot of water though. And then right over here we have a kalanchoe combination of different types of kalanchoe blooms. This one is for $12.99. So this is got a red bloom, pink blooms, and white blooms. Really like that as well. I saw at Plants and Planters, which is another local nursery, they were offering variegated kalanchoe. So I might end up getting that from my houseplant collection. But I did want to pan out over here and show you guys the beautiful spathiphyllum or peace lilies. It looks like we have some beautiful Stromanthe trio stars right here. I have one that is growing very well for me. I ended up actually buying it at a big box store, Target in Lewisville, Texas. They actually had some beautiful Stromanthe trio stars, but look at these. The leaves are not damaged. There's a lot of different types of variegation. Now with this plant, it's one of those plants that are best viewed from the top or the bottom because of the purple leaves. And then we have some type of euphorbias over there. Very large plants that we are looking at Ruibals. I love that they have different sizes. And I do want to pan over here because I've been seeing a lot of Riger begonias. So look at this. I haven't really seen a lot of yellow Riger begonias. Look at the blooms. And these ones are for $13.99 in a 6-inch planter. I love just the, plain green foliage, but look at how beautiful the blooms are. Love the pink ones. Look at that. That's very precious. And it just kind of reminds me that spring is just around the corner. We're less than 30 days now. So I'm really excited, plant foldies, to keep showing you guys a lot of these beautiful plants that are going to be available for the spring. Hopefully I can get you guys even more content. I might be ambitious and try to get you guys 2 videos a day, but for now the 1 video a day is really working for me and for you. I'm seeing a lot of people still tuning in, even if it's a late premiere. I really appreciate the viewership, and I love showing you guys these plants. Then right over here, we've got a beautiful bird of paradise. Now, for anybody who's new to plants, birds of paradise, these plants right here do require a lot of bright light. Sometimes they will bloom, but it's very rare to get them to bloom indoors. And then right here, guys, it's our favorite. It's our Hydra helix, or what you would call a Hedera helix. That's the correct way to pronounce it. This is an English ivy right over here, and this is for $12.99. This is the Ivy California. That's the variety. My English ivy is actually not doing bad at all indoors. It's not gotten spider mites or anything, so I don't know if I'm just doing something different this time around. I haven't killed it and it hasn't been infested by spider mites. So super excited about that, guys. And then I was just showing you a philodendron cordatum lemon lime. More hanging baskets right over here. Can you guys just tell me how beautiful hanging baskets are? Like, I'm super excited that I've been able to add some hanging baskets into my home. Like I've said before in a previous video, I didn't even have to like drill holes in to hang my hanging baskets. I was able to get some command strip type hooks that can hold 33 pounds. I bought them on Amazon. And then right over here, we are looking at some red banana plants. Look at that variegation right over here. Now, I've never grown banana plants, but I will tell you with banana plants, they do require a lot of bright light. So just make sure you're prepared for that. The same thing with our fiddle fig trees right over here, or Ficus lyrata. They tend to like a lot of bright light. Any ficus actually needs that. And then I'm going to show you guys these hanging baskets right over here. It looks like we've got a Monstera Adansonii, a golden pothos, and I did want to pan out all of these beautiful Ficus lyrata trees right over here. These are really cute. I'm so excited that mine is showing some new signs of growth, but I did want to show you this. Look at how beautiful this Monstera Adansonii is. I like that it looks like it's the wide form, so you can actually grow it up a moss pole or a totem and it will actually upsize its leaves. But look at how large the leaves are already. These are for $29.99, so that is not a bad price for a hanging basket. I am looking for a Monstera Adansonia variegated version. I wasn't able to get one at a plant pop-up that I went to before going to this nursery. Fitzgerald's Tropicals, which is a local plant seller. We're selling variegated Adansonii. I just had a little bit of a budget, so I might catch them on the next one. But you can see all of the green plants here. So I've already featured Ruibals before, but I wanted to feature more of the larger plants like these bird of paradise right over here. Now, plant folies, do you guys actually grow bird of paradise? I would love to be able to grow my bird of paradise in my home, but unfortunately, I don't really have tall ceilings and I don't get nearly as much bright indirect light. I could put it in my bedroom because it is a west-facing window, but again, there's just so many plants you want to add. And I do love this. This is a foxtail palm. I just love the way the leaves look and just the way it grows. It's got like an arching type growth habit, and I just love it a lot. It's one of my favorite palms, and this one is for $195, but you know, for close to $200, we'll just call it that. You're already getting a fairly established tree that you can place indoors. I love just the texture of the leaves, the way the leaves look. They're just really nice. They almost remind me of a ginkgo biloba tree, but not quite there. And then right over here, we've got some more Majesty palms. You know, Majesty palms, you will see them anywhere. You can go to a big box store, a local plant nursery, a grocery store, a convenience store, somebody's yard. They're just everywhere. And I did want to show you guys this. Look at how awesome this huge euphorbia is. So like, I am trying to give you guys some more like diverse plant content. So not only just Aroids, but this one I think is called the Euphorbia Strike of Fire. Yes, that's really nice. And then we also have a variegated ginger. So I love variegated gingers. I've tried to grow them indoors. They just don't do well indoors, unfortunately, but I do love the variegation. But I did want to pan out again to this Euphorbia. This is absolutely stunning. Look at how large that is. What else do we have over here? We have some more ficus. I think this is a ficus ali right over here. It's a full-blown tree, and that's really awesome. Now remember, again, any type of ficus plant requires a lot of light. So if you're gonna put them in lower light conditions, typically ficus trees, ficus plants will just drop their leaves because they will be very unhappy. So just FYI on that. And we're gonna pan over here, and it looks like we have some cordyline plants, or what you call tea plants. This one is for $39.99, and this is a morning sunshine tea plant. My grandmother grows a lot of these and she's able to propagate them. I just don't think that they do very well indoors. They're very much spider mite prone, so just FYI on that. I would love to be able to grow a tea plant. I did see some really compact ones at Walmart that I would consider trying to grow indoors. I mean, heck, if I've been able to grow an English ivy for close to a month with no spider mites, I must be doing something right. This one is the tea plant. This is one of my favorite ones. This is the cordyline kiwi. Really like that. It doesn't have as much pink on it though, but nonetheless, it is a beautiful looking plant. And we have some more cordyline over here. We have some type of Dracaena bush right over here. Look at that Dracaena right there as well. Love how large it is. And the green on green variegation. I would call that probably the Dracaena fragrans Hawaii. And then we can see that there's a really tall ficus Ali in the back corner. But guys, look at how beautiful this tea plant is. Love the purple and pink variegation of this plant. And then there's some random chair just right there. And then this truck is really interesting because it is housing a philodendron ring of fire. This one is quite pricey, guys. This is for $440. This is a philodendron ring of fire, but as you can see, the variegation isn't nearly as pronounced as some of the smaller ones we've been seeing at big box stores. And then this one is a philodendron gloriosum. I really like that as well. Also, they have a Monstera Thai constellation. So there's a lot of rare plants on this cute Ruibals random truck in the middle of the nursery, and you can see that these are some pretty rare Aroids. So that's the thing though, back a couple years back, all of those plants that we just talked about were going to be even worth more money. So it's just nice that plant prices are starting to go down. And then right over here we have some more Dracaena. These are Dracaena limelights. Really like that as well. And this is for $54.99. That is not a bad price for this Dracaena. Look at how bright it is. I love neon yellow looking plants. And then right over here, we have a Calathea medallion. Gotta love me some Calathea medallions just because of, it just looks like feathers. They look like Calathea macuyana, but that is Calathea medallion. And then right over here, we have a variegated domesticanum. I believe that is what it is. And they cut some of the browning on the leaves. So that's the thing I like about Ruibals. They do, they manicure their trees and their plants and make sure that, no dead leaves are around. They cut the brown spots around. So it's always a nice lush green look about all of their plants. Super healthy. Highly recommend Ruibals if you're ever in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to visit the Farmers Branch Market, just because this is the one that has a lot of plants. There's several locations actually all over Dallas, and you can see they even have a bunch of these Sansevieria or these snake plants right over here. I was really excited to finally see a Sansevieria Whitney at the North Haven Gardens. That one was super cool, and you can see this is how large a philodendron ring of fire could potentially grow. This is for $440. This is in a 12-inch planter, and you can see there is variegation right over there. I do like that it does grow large. So just remember, when you're buying that philodendron ring of fire at Walmart, if you give it the right conditions, lighting conditions, care, and just a lot of tender love and care, in time it will grow into a beautiful specimen like that. So that's something to look forward to. That's why I like showing you guys local plant nurseries, not just big box stores, because I want to show you the potential of what your house plant could look like that you bought at a big box store. And then right over here, you know that you're at Grow Folds because I will always show Aglaonema. So for the new plant foldies watching this video, I absolutely love Aglaonema. That's my favorite type of plant. They're slower growing, but they come in so many varieties, and these are a bunch of Silver Bay Aglaonema. This is probably the most common Aglaonema you will find, but nonetheless, look at how large they get. You can find these at Walmart in self-watering planters for $14.97, but they can get as large as this or even larger with time. They are a little bit slower growing. I did want to pan out here and show you how beautiful this greenhouse part of the nursery is. Look at all of those hanging baskets. Just look at all of the green. I do believe plants will make people happy, and they're just really good for our mental health. Just looking at greenery and nature and just the beauty that is always surrounding us, I really like that a lot. And bringing plants in, I just think that plants just give us a lot of just peace in the house. I know that it could be a little bit tedious in terms of the plant chores, so that's another reason why, like, if you're gonna buy a Monstera Thai constellation, for instance, know that there is gonna be a little bit of work to grow the plant this large. Oftentimes we see all of these beautiful plants and the temptation is to keep buying. Unfortunately, if you keep buying, you end up just overwhelming yourself. I've talked to a lot of people who have grown plants, the last 2 to 3 years, and they totally get burned out just because you think, one, do you get pests? A pest infestation can really just discourage somebody's plant collection. 2, do you have enough time to water the plants? 3, do you even have enough time to just sit there and admire the plants? And I'm just speaking from personal experience. That's kind of what happened to me, and that's why I gave up on plants. I used to post plant videos and I was really getting into it, but then it got to the point where, like, my plant collection, I wasn't really even able to like enjoy it because I got behind my plant chores because I bought so many plants. Anyways, I'm gonna get off my rambling and show you that these, Ruibals actually has some beautiful philodendron. Like that one right that I picked up was a philodendron Macaulay's Finale. The other philodendron that I did pan by were philodendron red imperials. They kind of look like philodendron black cardinals. I do like all the dark foliage leaf plants. Like, look at that right over there. We have some ficus elastica burgundy, but these Macaulay Finales are really nice looking. Not sure if it's actually that. There might be some discrepancies in some of the plant IDs, so just please forgive me if I'm not giving you the most accurate plant IDs. I know there's a lot of expert plant foldies out there, but like right here, this is for $16.99. That's not a bad price at all for a ficus elastica burgundy. Love me some rubber trees. My favorite one has to be either the ruby or taniki. And look at these hanging baskets, my plant foldies. What do you guys think so far? Would you go shopping at Ruibals? Especially for those that are not in the Dallas market. What do you guys think about all of the plant nurseries that I've been showing besides big box stores? Do you think we have a really good selection? What other plant nurseries would you recommend from your state or where you're from? I would love to know, because I am going to be doing a lot of traveling and I would love to blog those as well. You can see that was a Monstera Deliciosa. We've got some beautiful looking maidenhair fern, and then I believe those philodendron right over there were some philodendron Prince of Orange. But look at all of the hanging baskets. I think I'm most impressed about just the hanging baskets. I would love to actually have like rows and rows of hanging baskets just growing in my space. I actually have room to be able to do that, so we'll see. I am looking for a Pothos Enjoy hanging basket, but let's see right over here. We've got a beautiful philodendron Prince of Orange. I'm sure that this is a Prince of Orange just because of what that the new leaves are unfurling look like, and Prince of Orange has some bright green leaves. Really like that a lot, and it's really interesting to see how large these plants can get with time. So just remember that this plant we're looking at, it did take a little bit of time to grow it, but look at that. $34.99, guys. $34.99 for this beautiful philodendron Prince of Orange. I wish I had the space to be able to take this plant home, but I am trying to reserve my space for other plants. And that's the thing, guys. Whenever we go plant shopping, you also have to look at your space. These right here are labeled philodendron red imperials, imperial reds. These are for $49.99. I don't know if they're red imperials or if they're black cardinals. They're just really nice though, nonetheless. And then we have a lot of ficus elastica burgundies, some large ZZ plants, very easy to grow. And then we have some ficus elastica tanikis. These aren't as nearly variegated as I've seen other tanikis, but it's still a beautiful looking plant. And then we have another some type of tea plant here, or cordyline. That's the thing about cordylines. They're very difficult to grow indoors. They're very much spider mite prone when you grow them indoors. And then right over here, we have a ficus Audrey. Look at how beautiful this ficus Audrey is. My ficus Audrey has pretty much shed all of its leaves. It's still alive because I scratched one of the stems. It's still green. I just know that when it starts to warm up again, I'm going to go ahead and take it outside and let it get lots of sun, and hopefully it will regrow its leaves, hopefully. And then we have a bunch of beautiful Monstera Deliciosas. We've got some ponytail palms. I'm going to walk over here and show you this beautiful Dracaena. So this is another Dracaena Limelight. bush. This one's for $19.99 in a 6-inch planter. We just saw some previously that were a lot larger, and then we have a bunch of those peace lilies right over here. Not 100% sure what the hanging baskets that are in the background are, what type of plant that is, but I did want to walk over here and show you this massive Monstera Thai constellation. I believe this Monstera Thai constellation is for about 1,700. Really large Monstera Thai constellation. So that's the thing, we're seeing a bunch of big box stores, grocery stores selling Monstera Thai constellations within the range of like $49.99 to $89.99. But just remember that small Monstera Thai constellation, given the right care conditions, will get as massive and large like this. So remember, you have to look at the future of the plant in the space that you're going to provide it, because not all plants will stay and remain small. They will get as large as this. That is impressive though. And then I did want to walk over here some more and show you guys some hanging baskets of some ferns. And then we have some more Riger begonias right over here. I'm telling you, this Riger begonia, the red one, is just stunning. This one is in a 4.5-inch planter for $9.99. Gotta love me some Riger begonia. I might end up just getting some Riger begonia to grow out on my patio this season. I'm thinking of getting some red ones. The red ones are really talking to me. And then right over here, we've got some Scindapsus exoticas right over here for $21.99 in a 6-inch planter. Not a bad one, and look at how large the leaves are. I love the velvety texture as well as Scindapsus. The only drawback with Scindapsus, and I've said this before in previous videos, is they are a little bit slower growing. And then I'm super excited to see that they have some legitimate pothos enjoys, or Epipremnum aureum pothos. And you can tell this is an enjoy just because it has very distinct contrast on the leaves. They're claiming this as a pearls and jade pothos, but this is a enjoy. I can tell you that this is an enjoy pothos. One of my most favorite pothos, just because of the contrast in the variegation. This is one of the slower growing pothos, and the leaves tend to be a little bit smaller than, say, a golden pothos. And then right over here, we have some philodendron white knight. So these are ones that you are actually seeing all over. This is for $34.99. Now, my philodendron white knight is doing absolutely amazing in my care. I ended up buying it at Walmart, but you know, you can go to a place like Ruibals and get beautiful plants like this. This is another Epipremnum aureum, or a pothos plant. And then we have some Alocasia polys right over here. This one's for $14.99. Not a bad price at all for an Alocasia, and those leaves look really healthy. But for me, this particular Alocasia tends to be more spider mite prone, so I kind of steer away from it. All of my Alocasia though are doing very well in my care. And then we have a bunch of golden pothos, and then we're gonna go look over here, and there is another Monstera Thai constellation. Really interesting to see that there's a lot of mature Monstera Thai constellations available, and the same thing with this philodendron pink princess right here. The variegation is not nearly as pronounced, but nonetheless, it's still a beautiful looking philodendron, and we have a bunch of golden pothos there. We've got some Maranta plants right over here. Look at this. This is a hanging basket. Very full. I love the variegation on the leaves here, and this one is for $39.99. So that's another beautiful 6-inch planter that you can actually hang. These could be hung. And then we have some red Maranthas right over here. We've got some Ficus shiveriana. This is a really nice looking tree as well. This one's for $29.99. Love me some Ficus shiveriana. I ended up actually buying a starter plant from Green Escape, which is an Etsy store, about 2-3 years ago, and I finally got it to grow this large. So mine isn't as variegated. It's a little bit more green, but I mean, I'm not complaining. And then this right over here is being called a philodendron red imperial, or imperial red, but I don't think that is. I think that is a philodendron black cardinal. And then right over here, we have a bunch of Ficus elastica tanikis, very beautiful tanikis. And then right here, we have some type of hanging basket of some type of philodendron. If you guys know the plant ID for this philodendron in this hanging crate basket, please let me know. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure one of our plant folies can give me that plant ID. And then we have some more Ficus elastica burgundies right there. We have some more Rhaphidophora discorvias, or dragon's tail plant. I like this. It does need a pole to grow on, otherwise the leaves won't fenestrate. I've had that in the past. I'm not as big of a fan because it is a bit of a slower grower for me. and we're passing by a bunch of Marantas. Now we're going to be looking at these. These are some Epipremnum Amplissima on a totem. That's really nice looking. I have one that I ended up getting from a friend of mine. I'm thinking about actually cutting it up and propagating more, but that is some type of Epipremnum. And then we have an Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue. These are cute totems. So they're growing these Cebu Blues up a pole, and you can see that the leaves are starting to grow larger. That one is for $37.99. That's not bad at all. And the larger the leaves get, it depends on how high it starts to grow up a moss pole or some type of plank. So that's really cool. Love me some Cebu Blue. I can't get enough of Cebu Blue. Very easy to grow plant. They literally grow like weeds. And we have some Pachira aquatica right over here, or money tree plants. These are for $19.99, the braided form. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking for a variegated version of that. And then we have some more ponytail palms. We've got a philodendron painted lady right here. Not as yellow as what I would want for a painted lady, but nonetheless, it's still pretty. $39.99 for that. And we have some more pothos here. My camera's starting to act up, sorry guys. And then I'm gonna walk over here. Do you guys see the background with all of those white fuzzy cacti? That's pretty cool. I'm gonna take a look at that in a second, but let's look at this. This is some type of philodendron that I don't know, so let me know but what it is. And then right over here we've got some really cool looking cacti. Gonna pan over the ID, but look at that. Look at how fuzzy and furry this cacti is. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful cactus right there. It looks like just fur. Just a bunch of fur. It looks like some type of animal. Really cool looking. I don't have any cactus or succulents in my current collection of plants that I'm growing indoors, but that's something I might visit as it gets warmer. So we'll see. And then we have some aloe veras right over here. We've got a Ficus benjamina right here. We've got a string of bananas right here. Nice looking hanging basket of string of bananas, $34.99. I don't have anything string of anything at the moment just because I just don't have, I guess I just don't have it. I just haven't added one to my collection yet. I'm thinking about getting a variegated string of hearts, but we will see what that looks like. There's a bunch of bird of paradise. Now we've got some Fatsa japonicas right here. I do think Fatsa japonicas are really cool. Not sure if you can actually really grow them indoors. I heard that they're also spider mite prone when grown indoors. So guys, let me know what you think. And then we have some more Spathiphyllum or peace lily sensations there. Lots of really cute Kalia lily plants right here. Look at the blooms, but I'm more of a fan of the speckling on the leaves. I think they're absolutely adorable, and these are for $25.99 in a 6-inch planter. Gotta love that. And I just love the fact that there's just such gorgeous blooms here. It's super cute. I like that purple right here, for instance, but I also love the leaves. And you already know, if you are a plant foldie or somebody who watches Grow Folds videos, I will show you guys any Aglonema that I can find. This one is a Aglonema very red. And then we have some type of Aglonema right over here as well. I do love the pink varieties. I think they're stunning. Now to get these colors, that one's for $39.99. To get these colors, you definitely want to make sure that you're providing it with a lot of bright indirect light. Oftentimes they say that Aglonema can tolerate low light conditions. They can, but they will get leggy and they will be even more slow to grow. And then right here we have some gardenia bushes for $24.99. Not sure if I actually have seen anybody grow gardenias indoors, but that's an interesting thing. It's kind of the same, you know, concept or the same debate about whether you can really grow indoor azaleas indoors. I'm gonna pan here, but look at that. There's just so many plants to take a look at Ruibals, and we haven't even gone inside to look at what other plants they have available. They've got some flowering plants. Even outside of this greenhouse, they have a bunch of outdoor plants that you can grow in your landscape. I did want to show you guys some more Epipremnum aureum. These are the Marble Queen pothos. Beautiful looking pothos. Look at those red Riger begonias. Very nice looking. I'm just going to walk over here and see what else they've got available. I think that I've walked through most of the front already, but you know, we can keep looking at some of these plants. I did want to go show you guys this. Look at this Aglonema etta rose. Really nice looking etta rose right over here. These ones are for $26.99 in a 6-inch planter. I was actually debating on whether I should buy one of these today. Like, My grandmother has the ones that I gave her in the past that she was able to propagate and get more of, so I might just get it from her. But I love that the pink is a very pastel pink, very subtle pink. Love the variegation. It's another beautiful aglaonema. Aglaonemas in general, I you know, some people either love them or hate them. They're kind of like crotons. You either love them. Some people find that their colors are just a little bit too in your face, but to me, they're gorgeous and they're easy. You just don't have to, you just make sure you don't overwater them. That's all you have to do for aglaonemas. Just don't overwater them and they're good. And then right over here, we got some syngoniums. Love these pink syngoniums. These are syngoniums neon robustas for $14.99. But look at how large the leaves are already. I do love syngoniums. I would say they're my first love in terms of, you know, what houseplants I would say are my favorite types. Right now, it's about the aglaonema, but syngoniums are beautiful too. What I love about syngoniums are they're easy to care for. Just make sure the watering is, you know, consistent, and just look for pests. Sometimes they are prone to mealybugs and spider mites, so just take a look at that. But they're also easy to propagate and multiply. I am going to show you guys for all of my cactus and succulent lovers. I know plant foldies, we've got a variety of you guys that have seen this channel. I do want to show you guys more succulents, but before we do that, look at this beautiful philodendron pink princess. Doesn't have nearly as high variegation, but you can see that as it grows up a moss pole, it will size up its leaves. And these are actually my favorite type of succulents. These are what you call aeoniums. I think that's how you pronounce them, but look at how beautiful this is. Love the dark foliage on this one. I wish I could grow these indoors, but obviously being a succulent, they need a lot of bright indirect light. Full sun would actually be best. These are for $4.99, and these actually are very easy to propagate as well. When I was out in California, they were just growing out in people's backyards, front lawns. It was just a landscape plant. You couldn't get away with that in Texas. And then right over here is a euphorbia, a variegated euphorbia right here. This one is actually really cool looking, actually. And then we have some more cactus right over here. So I wish I knew a lot more about cactus. Now I do know this is the hen and chick succulent. So look at that. That's really cute. And you can actually separate the babies and put it in soil, and it will multiply and create more. So it's almost like a succulent ground cover. So that's really cool. And we have some more here. These are another type of hen and chicks succulent, but you can see that it's just starting to just get large. I love them. Those are 2-inch planters, but there's a bunch of them right over here. We've got some Christmas cactus, and then we have a variegated opuntinita, or some type of variegated cactus right here. Nice looking cactus. There's a bunch to choose from, obviously, and that's the thing I like about Ruibals is they have such a wide variety of plants to choose from. Again, I'm not really into cactus yet, but who knows, I might pick up one that really just tickles my fancy, and then all of a sudden I'm making lots of videos just about cactus. But I did want to sprinkle this in to make sure that there was some variety for you, and to show you guys my plant foldies that there are different plants that we can grow aside from just the typical aroids and the houseplants we find at big box stores. So I'm going to go ahead and pan out one more time before we go into the inside part of this plant nursery. But look at all of the greenery here. So be sure to check this out. But before we go into the main event, we are going to look at how to make an origami paper crane. So for those that are new, I have been folding origami paper cranes for about 7 years. My plant foldies, the original channel content was actually an origami ASMR channel. I just recently converted it back into a plant channel where I feature daily plant video shopping videos, and then now I am actually showing you guys how I make origami paper cranes. I've been folding them for about 7 years. My goal is to fold 1 million paper cranes. So I've taken a cherry blossom origami sheet of paper. These are about 6-inch squares that I fold. And this is how you make an origami paper crane. The plant that's next to it is an Aglaonema rotundum that I was able to get on eBay. So it's a really nice looking plant. I love the pink venations on the leaves. But yeah, this is a very easy origami paper crane that you can learn to make. I urge all of the plant foldies to look at some of my older videos on the channel. I have literally hundreds of origami tutorials on how to make an origami paper crane. I would love to see y'all's creations. If you learn one, tag me on Instagram Instagram at growfolds if you end up doing that, and then use the hashtag growfolds and hashtag plantfoldy. I would love to see some origami paper cranes, and I'm thinking about doing a giveaway to some subscribers, so we'll, you know, stay tuned for that on the paper cranes that I've featured on my videos. But here you go, look at that, super easy, and bam. And so now we're going to go ahead and walk into the inside part of this beautiful plant nursery. Now it is a Saturday, so I'm going to try hard not to get people in, but there is quite a bit of traffic now with a lot of people shopping indoors. But you can see there's a bunch of big air plants right over here. Look at how cute these are. I've never grown a tillandsia, or I think that's what you call an air plant, but yeah, that's really gorgeous as well. They make really good decorations for sure, but just remember it is a living plant, so there are some care tips for that. I do believe that in order to just take care of it, you just need to give it some bright light and make sure that you soak it in water. I don't know the frequency, so plant foldies, let me know how to take care of an air plant. I would love to learn from y'all. And yeah, they have a little station here with a bunch of air plants. And then what else do we have here? I'm gonna go pan over. So they've got some, you know, some candles and just different types of cute planters and setups. We've got a Dracaena right over here. Gotta love me some Dracaenas. I do believe that Dracaenas are such underrated plants. I think people should be growing more Dracaenas in their homes. And then this right over here is some type of Epipremnum aureum. I'm thinking it's labeled as a jade, but I actually think it's an actual Pothos emerald. Pothos emerald is basically a green on green variegation, but it's very subtle green on green variegation. And then we have a bunch of cute little mushroom decorations right here. That's a beautiful golden hanging basket planter. It's got some type of string of something. And then we have a Rhaphis palm that we just passed by, and then we just have some more plants. Not sure if this is a philodendron Florida green in a hanging basket. That's interesting. I don't want to pull it out of its planter though. You can buy any plants that are just staged in these planters. I'm curious to see how much the price is actually. That's not bad at all. And then we're going to pan over here and look at this little corner section with beautiful planters. I do like the minimalistic matte planters, but look at these Sansevieria. I'm thinking about getting some more snake plants. I definitely want to get this snake plant here. This one right here is for $14.99. This is a Sansevieria gold flame or golden flame. Look at that. I love the yellow variegation. Although I will say La Rubia is probably the best Sansevieria that I've come across besides the starfish Sansevierias. And then they have some more rare type plants here. I've never seen this type of plant though. It is for $30 in this 3-inch planter. It's a Lubisa pumila. So I'm not sure what that plant is and then like what the care tips are. And then we have some more pothos right over here. These ones are for $16.99. This is Pothos Jade, but again, it looks like a emerald green pothos because look at how green on green the variegation is, but it's a very subtle one. It's not a global green. I don't think it's a jade pothos, so because jade pothos would have larger leaves. Like look at this right over here. This has another green on green variegation, just very subtle. It is more of the more uncommon pothos you will find. And then right over here is a heart leaf philodendron for $30. I do like the dark foliage of the leaves. I might eventually get one of those. And look at here is another cool looking plant here for $30. This one is a Lubisa again. Not sure what kind of plant it is or if you guys actually grow it. Plant foldies, let me know what you think or if you grow it and what your care tips are if you are familiar with that plant. Nice looking plant, pretty cool looking actually. And then we have some more Sansevieria right over here. I do love the inside part. What do you guys think? Isn't it like a nice, cozy, stylistic just space for plants? They've got different types of books, all sorts of things. They've got terrarium kits, different types of planters, hanging baskets, all sorts of stuff that you can do with your plants. And then right over here for $19.99 are a bunch of string of pearls. I like string of pearls. I think if I'm gonna add another string of something into my collection, it would be like a string of hearts or string of pearls. And then right over here is another type of Epipremnum giganteum. Really nice looking plant. I would love to get one of those actually. I love anything Epipremnum, honestly. And speaking of Epipremnum, here is a Mandula pothos right here. I've been seeing this at big box stores. This one's for $28 in a 4-inch planter. This one's a little, I'm gonna say it's a little bit overpriced for a Manjula, because you could go to Walmart and buy it for $4.97. And then right over here is another midrium silver medium or something like that. That's beautiful. It hasn't started fenestrating yet. I thought it was a Scindapsus at first. And then we have a bunch of baby whales, whale fin Sansevieria. That's really cool. And I do like this right here. Look at this little setup. They got like a ring light, grow light setup with a string of pearls. And then right here, we've got a beautiful lamp with a growing, grow light, just giving that light to the Enjoy pothos. Love me some Enjoy pothos. One of my favorite pothos. Would love to see it grow up a totem and see how large those leaves would get. And what else do we have here? We have some Norfolk pine. We've got some variegated vanilla orchids, but Norfolk pine. They always attribute to that as like a Christmas type plant, but it's honestly a tropical plant. And then right over here, we have some variegated vanilla orchids. Look at that. You can actually propagate a bunch of that already. Just cut it up and you can see those aerial roots are already ready to go. Very easy to propagate. I do like this plant. It reminds me of a Tradescanthia somewhat. I don't know, it just gives me that Tradescanthia vibe. And then we have some more neon pothos right there. And then we have some more plants over here. There's not as big of a selection as I thought, but you know what? They're constantly receiving plants. Like this one right here is a different type of philodendron I haven't seen. I thought this was like a philodendron jungle boogie, but it is not. You can see that the plant ID was different. And then right over here, we have a Homolemena Raoul or something like that, however you pronounce it, but there's some Homolemenas. Really nice looking Homolemenas. I would love to get a Homolemena that's variegated with pink variegation, although it's still costing an arm and a leg. I don't even know the plant ID for that. And then right over here, we have some more types of philodendrons in these 3-inch planters. These are all starter plants. Really like it a lot. And then for my Hoya lovers, especially my plant foldy Kathy, look, this is for $12.99. This is a Hoya tricolor. Really nice looking one for $12.99. And we have some more Hoyas right over here. This is a Hoya Crimson Queen for $12.99. I do like that a lot. Look at that variegation. Beautiful, beautiful variegation for this Hoya. I might end up getting some more Hoyas soon. Don't get me started on Hoyas, because I already know if you get hit with the Hoya bug, you are going to be just crazy for Hoyas. And I'm trying not to add so many plants to my plant collection, but again, when you go big box plant shopping or just go to nurseries almost every single day, it's kind of hard not to grow your collection. Like this one right here is a Syngonium pink salmon. I actually got one from a plant nursery called Famous in Oregon in Prosper, Texas. It's doing well for me. And then we have some more Homolemenas right over here. I do like the variegated Homolemena. I'm going to pull it out. It's got very subtle variegation. This one's for $28.99. I don't have any Homolemena in my collection, but I would love to get a variegated one. This one's really nice. It almost reminds me of like a Thai constellation, Monstera Thai constellation. Really nice looking Homolemenas. I know on big box stores we've seen Homolemena Shelby's, but those are the ones that I've seen I'm a bigger fan of. And then we have some more Sansevierias right here. This one is for $9.99. So that's not a bad price at all. This one I think is the Gold Flame. Yeah, that's the Golden Flame. I do like that a lot just because the yellow is more pronounced. I like that variegation. And we have some more beautiful Sansevieria bird's nest. Look at that. That's cute variegation there. And this one's for $14.99. This one is called Sansevieria Favorite Gold. Nice looking Sansevieria. I'm a fan. And we have another philodendron. This is a white wizard for $19.99. So I have the white princess, the white knight, and then the white wizard. Not the white, and now it's the white wizard. I'm sorry. I had the white princess, the white knight. I just need a white wizard to complete my royal collection. So I might end up getting a white wizard at some point. I just need to know if I can find a better price for it. And then obviously it's interesting. This is a trending tropicals plant here for $34.99. That is the white knight. And what else do we have here? We have some more philodendron. Pink princesses. We've got this really cool alocasia as well. This one I can't really pronounce, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful alocasia. I like the leaf shape of it. My alocasia are doing well. Actually, the humidity levels went a little bit low, so my alocasia Jacqueline started to kind of get yellow. So I'm afraid that it may not do well. So I just need to make sure that my humidity levels are are high in the room that I have. I actually have all my alocasia in my guest bedroom, so I'm running the humidifier. We actually had to use heat today, just because it did get down into the 30s low for Dallas, North Dallas. And then right over here, we're going to pass by a bunch of philodendron heteroraceum, Brazil's really nice looking philodendron heteroraceum. And I like how they have like a bunch of 3-inch potted up plants in one area, so it makes it look bushy. And then I love the gold planters. Look at this one right here. This is a beautiful trailing Epipremnum aureum enjoy. We have a syngonium here. And we just have a lot of different decorations. So going to this type of plant nursery, I just love the fact that the indoors, they have lots of like inspiration for you to be able to display your plants. Like this one's a really cool hydroponic situation for a calathea. And honestly, calatheas are easy to grow in just water, because then you don't have to worry about their watering conditions. You can just literally leave them in water, make sure you give them like plant fertilizer or plant food, and they do well. And then I am still sold that this is a pothos emerald, not just jade pothos. If it was a jade pothos, it would have larger leaves. It would just look like a pretty much a reverted golden pothos. Anyways, I did want to take a little time to show you guys some of the terrariums. So I am actually thinking about getting some terrariums set up in my home. I think that's a great way to display them. Like, look at this. This is a really cool fixture as well. I might actually look it up on Amazon to see if I can get that. And we talk about Phoetonias. Look at that. There's a Phoetonia terrarium right here. This is a super cool terrarium with some driftwood. I would love to do that. And then right over here is the terrarium in fairy moss. This is live moss that you can buy for $24.99. So that's really cool. I would love to start making terrariums. It's all about making time. I have just been so busy with work and obviously making videos, filming videos. You got to think, I'm filming a video for at least an hour a day. Then it takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to edit the video in its entirety, and then just uploading. So, there's a lot of time, and I'm taking some time off first week of March to really catch up and get on a schedule. But one of my projects would definitely be to have made some terrariums. And right over here for $45 is a philodendron pink princess. This one actually has pretty good variegation actually, but again, if you're going to big box stores, you can find them for a much more cost-effective price. So I definitely am going to pass on the philodendron pink princess. I have about 5 of them growing now, and all of my philodendron pink princess cuttings are all rooted in water. I saw this last time. I don't know if this is a hanging basket of philodendron Rio, but that one's a really cool looking one right next to the Raphis palm. And then we always have this wall where they have a bunch of pothos plants growing on these shelves. I really think that's really cool. And then we have a golden pothos. We've got a jade pothos right there straight ahead, that green pothos. And then we have a beautiful Sansevieria. Ooh, you thought you guys were going to see my face? Nope, I'm not going to get into that mirror. Again, I'm going to remain faceless for now. But you guys will definitely hear my voice and maybe see glimpses of me, but for now I'm going to stay faceless on YouTube. Unless you run into me in the DFW market, that's when I'm just filming. I did run into a couple of plant foldies while out filming with my gimbal. So if you do see me filming, please say hi. I'd love to meet you guys. And then right over here, we have a bunch, actually not a bunch, it's one huge philodendron golden crocodile. So look at this right here. I've never really seen like a large form one, but this is probably the best looking philodendron golden crocodile I've seen. Look at how beautiful that is. That is a mature plant. And so for those that are finding philodendron golden crocodiles at Walmart or big box stores, look at the potential of what it will look like if you just give it a lot of time to grow. And then we have some more dracaenas right over here. And we have some type of Aglonema, a spathiphyllum, some ZZ plants. And they have a whole station here where they make like terrariums and pot up plants for you. And then right over here, We have some more plants to take a look at. I love all of the plant accessories they have. Look at that cute ZZ plant right here. Nice looking planter. And then they have more like stones to put in your terrarium. So terrariums are something that I'm going to visit. I would love to be able to do that. I would love to be able to get like a fish tank, honestly, and have a whole section of just terrarium plants and maybe some guppies or some small fish with like a air pump to give them oxygen and whatnot. But yeah, this is a really nice stylish place to go shop at. And I did want to show you this Aglaonema Red Valentine, really nice looking one as well. I am going to go ahead and finish up this plant video soon in terms of just a Ruibal plant nursery tour. But I did want to just pan over a couple more plants. Like, look at this beautiful Syngonium right over here. And as always, I do want to show you guys some African violets. So that's something that I'm going to be looking at, is getting some African violets. Look at how beautiful this one is. Look at the blooms. African violets remind me of my grandmother, and she actually is the one who got me into plants. She just grew plants, and she grew a bunch of African violets when I was growing up, so I would see that. But my African violet I currently have is doing well. I love the pink variegation on this African violet, so I'm thinking about getting some more African violets to add to my collection, but specifically ones with more variegation on the leaves. I did go on Green Escape, which is a seller on Etsy that has a bunch of starter African violets. So we're going to take a look to see if I'm going to end up putting a big order for that alongside with some more rare Aglaonemas. And I did want to show you this ZZ plant here. This is a variegated ZZ. This is for $164.99. It is a little bit pricey, so I don't know if I really want to spend that much money on a variegated ZZ, but nonetheless, look at how beautiful that is. I definitely want to add a variegated ZZ. I have a Raven, and I'll probably end up getting a ZZ Zenzi at some point, maybe even in Sunday when I go film some more at these big box stores. If I find one in the grocery store, I might end up just getting that as well. But we have a Philodendron Pink Princess, and notice how the Philodendron Pink Princess actually starts to like have smaller leaves if it doesn't attach to something. And then there's a Philodendron Glodii, I think that's how you pronounce it, and another variegated ZZ plant. I do like that banner that says plants. That's really cute, as well as that hanging basket right there. What else do we have here? There's just a little bit more plants to see. That you could see that there's some moss poles there. This is some type of philodendron. I think this is a Philodendron Glodii again, or however you pronounce it. Please let me know in the comments if I'm saying that correctly or what the plant ID is. And then we have some more Epipremnum aureum. These are emeralds. I'm going to tell you, these are emeralds. These are not global greens. They're definitely not jades. And then we have another beautiful pink Aglaonema here. That's actually a very large one for a pink Aglaonema, so I think that's super cool. And then we have some cool furniture type deals for plants, and we have another Philodendron Golden Crocodile over there. But look at this large one right over here. That's awesome. I'm not 100% sure what that philodendron is actually, but you can see it's growing on a moss pole. And then we have a Philodendron Gloriosum here, a Philodendron Macaulay's Finale or Prince of Orange. But look at the beautiful variegation right over here. So if you guys know what that type of philodendron is, please let me know in the comments or in the live premiere chat. Would appreciate it. But look at that Philodendron Golden Crocodile as well. Love neon plants. I love Ruibals. Again, if you guys ever get a chance to go to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, this is the Farmers Branch one. Definitely check it out. They have so many plants. And I did want to show you this really cool station they had next to the bathrooms. I do like the hanging planters right on the wall, but I also wanted to show you the Anthurium and then also the Epipremnum pinnatum totems, the variegated albos. Look at that. That is super cool. I love that they put a little bit of leaf shine on it. I love the fenestrations. Super cool looking plant. Let's see if there's going to actually be more totem type plants in these local Dallas plant nurseries. And I do like these floating planters right here. There's a ZZ Zenzi, and we have some actual jade pothos. That's what it's supposed to look like, those green pothos right there. And then we have another Epipremnum pinnatum albo. growing on a totem. So that's really cool. A beautiful anthurium as well. And I just like the jukebox right there. It says, please do not touch. So I'm definitely not gonna touch that, but I hope you guys enjoyed my Ruibals experience today. And then this is what it looks like outside. So they have a bunch of like gardening. So definitely check out Ruibals. Definitely follow them on Instagram. There are several locations, but the flagship one is on the Farmers Branch one. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. And again, I am so excited to be able to show you this. And I am going to pan over and give you guys a little clip. So I ended up going to Richardson, Texas, and I was invited to go to a plant swap. But look at this Philodendron pedatum variegated. These are all of Mark's Jungle's plants. He's actually on Instagram. He's a Filipino plant seller. So thanks to my kababayan for inviting me to this plant swap that they actually had in Richardson, Texas. So there was a bunch of rare plants here, but I did want to show you a couple of his plants specifically. That is really, really cool that he has that Philodendron variegated plant. And look at how this beautiful Philodendron gloriosum variegated. Look at that. That one is selling for $500. I wish I had that type of money to buy, but look at how gorgeous that variegation is. I'm glad that he is based in North Dallas, so I may end up getting some more plants from him. But I did want to show you a couple more rare plants here. Look at that right here. This is another variegated Philodendron pedatum. That's really cool. And then he has other plants here that he is selling, but look at that variegation. I'm just really all about that variegation on these Philodendron. He has some Brantianums right over here. What else does he have? There's all these little cute little plants that he has available, and I do like that he is going to be a seller I will reach out to. This is a Philodendron Sorderoy large form. So these the Philodendron Sorderoy is actually going to grow a little larger. And so plant folies, I know we look at big box stores and more common house plants, but if you get into more of the rare Aroids, I will be featuring those as well. So I hope you guys appreciate that type of content. Like I said, again, I'm just trying to get you guys a bunch of different types of plants, you know, really create the diversity there, and also pepper in some of my other interests like origami. Now, I definitely want to buy this Monstera Aurea. I've been looking for one for a while, and I'm hoping that I can find one at the right price. That one was for $220. This is a Monstera Adansonia Aurea. So I saw the Albo versions that Fitzgerald's Tropicals were selling, but this is the Aurea. So I'm hoping I can get that from him at some point. But the Philodendron variegated gloriosum is amazing, and all of these rare plants here. I'll see you guys on the next one.